My name's Mark Terry.
And my name's Robert Bearden.
And welcome to Appvoodoo, the show in HD.
Whoa! Whoa!
It's HD, not 3D.
Oh.
Oops.
Oops. My bad. On today's show, we're going to be talking about three wonderful games. We're going to have another segment of our airport games with Mark Terry. We're going to look at Sudoku and during our airport game segment, and we're going to
just give it away.
It's
no longer a secret.
It's no longer a secret. I'm not good with secrets. And we're also going to be talking about Wii Bowl. We have a special segment on that, and we're going to talk about Infinity Blade, a game that we actually really enjoyed.
I think we should start with that.
Infinity Blade?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with Infinity Blade.
Infinity Blade is absolutely fantastic. It pushes the graphic limits of an app. It's just visually stunning. The gameplay is a whole lot of fun. It's not your typical what I would call a button mashing game, much like The Simpsons is a button mashing game. Ninja Turtles was a button mashing game where all you do is just sit there. There's a dodge function to it. So you're not just sitting there slashing. You've actually got to pay attention to what's going on.
There's also the shield or the block function as well to block the blows from whoever you're fighting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of depth to it as far as what you have to do for action.
But essentially, basically, how the game goes or what the story is you start out as I guess the older or the dad of the person that you actually play, and you go in and you do the first level, and you get to a certain point where you get to a guy that is like impossible to beat, and then you start over and you're the son, and then that's when you get into the gameplay, and essentially you level up, you buy weapons, you find coin everywhere to buy weapons.
Each guy that you fight, each time you're fighting a new guy, it's just, I mean, they get bigger, they get meaner, and it takes longer and longer to get through them. But I'll tell you, you're still so involved in the game, and you're so involved with the quest of the game that, it's easy to sit there for hours and hours just playing this thing.
And the graphics are just so beautiful and amazing that I
can't say anything, more praise for this game.
And it kind of you get that it kind of covers both ends for me, because you get that kind of like Fruit Ninja thing. We talked about Fruit Ninja with the slashing. You get that with this game. You get to do the slashing. You get that activity in it.
But there's so much more.
But there's so much more. You level up. You get the weapons, you get the magic rings, things of that nature. I mean, it's just an awesome game, and it's definitely one of our. It's definitely going to be one of my all-time favorites as far as
if you haven't picked this one up already, go to appvoodoo.com and you can download it right from the website.
Yeah, we will
phenomenal.
Definitely put up links to the game in the show notes, and you can definitely check that out. And man, just I mean, hours. Just be prepared. I mean, it'll get you involved, and you'll be playing for hours on end. And they're adding more levels. Right now, I think they have there's like 7 level packs or different level packs that you play. But they're adding more. And if I'm not mistaken, they just came out with an update that adds multiplayer. So you can fight your friends online and things like that.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, so it's gonna be an awesome game.
I'll beat you.
Yeah, and it uses the Unreal Engine, which is something Chair and Epic Games got together, and they worked on this Unreal Engine for the iPhone, which is just fantastic. And there's games coming out. There's going to be more games in the future that use this engine, and they're going to have the same graphics.
I mean, not that I want to support the movie, but even the beginning, once you see the beginning movie part of it, the cinema scene, it'll grip you right from there.
Yeah.
So it's definitely
incredible.
It's worth the price of admission.
Exactly. Definitely an awesome game.
Yeah. So we give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. So, second game that we want to talk about today is Wii Bowl.
Wii Bowl is fantastic.
It's an awesome game, and actually, we did a little something special for you guys. We're gonna call this our iPhone versus real life segment.
Yeah.
essentially what we did was we went real bowling, and we compared it to Wii bowling. And I have to say that personally, bowling, I do a lot of bowling. So personally, real bowling beats out Wii bowling to me by just a hair.
Not for me.
But for Mark Terry,
I am much better at Wii bowl than I am at
really.
real bowling. So I highly support the Wii bowl.
And we actually have a clip of that. You can actually see back here. There's a clip that we're playing of us actually doing the bowling, and you can see Mark Terry's form. And feel free to make any kind of judgments that you want on his form.
Yeah, thanks for that.
If you have any tips, you can email us at robert@appvoodoo.com. Just go ahead and send me all those emails. I'll be more than glad to pass those along to Mark Terry about his form. Mm-hmm. But as far as the game is concerned, Wii Bowling is an awesome game.
Yeah, you set up first. You set up your own avatar.
Yeah.
Which can definitely let your personality come through depending on how you want to set it up. If you want to actually look like you, or if you actually want to not look like you. Exactly.
The only I guess you could say caveat to Wii Bowling is the fact that you have to be connected to the internet to play it. That's the only downside to the game. But you log in, it keeps track of all your games. You can play your friends. Mm-hmm. Like he said, you can upgrade your avatar. You can upgrade your lanes. You get tickets. There's things that you can buy with the tickets. It's just a phenomenal game.
And the gameplay itself is also a lot of fun. Really, you're just controlling the ball by flicking the screen, and the ball will go and. There's power-ups that you can get that will help you get strikes like the Magno Ball, which is
best one.
Really the coolest one.
The best one.
Anti-gravity, which just makes the ball, the pin and the balls float around after it gets hit. Yep. The Boulder Ball, which your ball is absolutely humongous. If you don't get a strike with that,
and then you have Shotgun, which does the three
balls at the same time.
And then, but even with the power-ups, you do have the ones that kind of take away, where you have there's the Indestructible, which basically makes the pins where you can't. There's one or two that you can't knock down. They're iron pins.
Yeah.
Which makes it so that
mini
they're
pins.
Really hard. Mini pins, ball.
They make them real small.
So
it's tough
Psycho
to hit 'em.
Ball. Psycho Ball just sends the ball all over the place. And then you have Gentle Breeze, which gives it a nice push at the end there.
Now, what we really like about it is you do play against your friends.
Yeah.
So you can play against anybody. I play against him.
You can play against your friends, and then you can also play solo as well. If you want to play solo games to get tickets. And that's another thing too. When you get to the end, you can use your balls to get tickets. The more balls you add on to the, at the end, you can.
There's a multiplier.
It's a multiplier for your tickets, and that's another thing to keep in mind too. When you get the game, you start out with 20 balls. Now, after you use your balls, you have to wait for them to recharge, or you can go in the App Store and buy more balls, or there's a free ball option, which allows you to, if you download certain apps, certain free games, or even some paid games, you get balls for purchasing those said games. So that's another thing to keep in mind while you're playing this. Sometimes you're running out of balls, and you either have to buy more or wait till you get reloaded. And if I'm not mistaken, when you're in the game, it's every 30 seconds you get a new bowling ball, and then when you're outside the game, it's every 3 minutes that you get a bowling ball. So
it can regenerate and it'll let you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But when you're playing against your friends, you bowl say 3 frames. Mm-hmm. And then your turn ends and you send the turn to your buddy.
Exactly.
Who then he gets his chance or she gets her chance to bowl and then ends their turn and sends it to you. So it's not, hey, this is my score, beat my score. It actually is a more interactive thing where you guys are always both in the game.
And the cool thing is it sends you a push notification. It actually has some pretty cool push notifications where it says your friend or the screen name of your friend has rolled an awesome set. Can you beat it? Things like that. They kind of get you pumped and want you to play the game. So it's really fun and I mean I just can't stop playing it. I know Mark is pretty much the same way.
I love it.
Yeah.
So we give that one 2 thumbs up as well.
4 thumbs up.
And again, we're going to have that one in the appvoodoo.com.
Appvoodoo.com show notes. Yep.
So you can
check that out.
You can pick that one up. Now, if we can have those power-ups in real bowling.
Yeah. I would love to have Magno Ball.
I think I'd be much better.
Yeah.
Might even get a trophy.
Like I said, send me tips. If you see anything wrong with his form, you can send me too. I already saw what I did wrong, and I'm my worst critic. But this guy right here, send tips. We need to get him better.
Yeah. Not gonna happen. Can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Ooh, I don't know about that. But all right,
Next is on to the airport game.
airport game.
So,
So
for airport game, it's basically just anything you just sit down and don't even have to put a lot of thought into it. Now, this time
Well-
we're going to talk about Sudoku.
well, I have to kind of disagree with you on that one, especially for Sudoku. 'Cause
You do have to put some thought
You do
into
have to
that.
put a little bit of thought into Sudoku,
Yeah.
depending on what level of Sudoku that you're playing. We're actually talking about the Sudoku from what was
Mighty,
it?
mighty good games.
Mighty Good Games, yes, and essentially it's Sudoku. I mean, you can't really get that far away from the concept. You know, you have the block where you can't have more than one of the same number in the block, and then you have the line going across and up and down, and you can't have the same number in either one. So that's essentially how Sudoku works. But this one is fun. I mean, it's a fun game.
The gameplay is simple. You
Yeah.
tap the square that you want, and then you tap the number that you want to put in.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's a game that pretty much you can just sit down and do anywhere. Whether you're at line at the grocery store, you're waiting for your doctor's appointment to start, you're sitting in the airport.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's just a fun thing that you can do. I also like the fact that it times you.
Yeah.
So if you kind of want to push your own boundaries by say how fast can I get this done, it's put an extra element in there for
And
you.
another thing that I like too about this one is I've played other Sudoku games like Sudoku 2 and things like that in the App Store, and they make you work to get to the levels. So with this one, you don't have to. It has the easy, medium, and the hard, and then like the expert, and you don't have to really.
That's just
work. It's
essentially
just
how
you can
many
choose.
numbers they already have in the grid for
and you
you.
get to choose from the get go what actual skill level you want to be at or what you want to play at.
I
Which
want to
is
stay
really
on
cool.
easy because it makes me seem smarter.
So, but I think it's an awesome game. We'll definitely put a link up to that in the show notes so you guys can download that game and check that out and have fun with that.
And until next week, my name is Mark Terry.
And this has been Robert Bearden.
And this has been
Appvoodoo, the show.
the show.
In HD.